下啦下啦YumongX 小雨们，下啦啦下啦啦。It's holiday season again. A lot of Asians are celebrating the beginning of the Lunar New Year, which is also known as the Chinese New Year. Some people on the US social media are saying that it should not be called Chinese New Year. It should be called Lunar New Year. Some people don't agree. Who is right? Who is wrong? Now let's look at some of the elements related to this issue. First of all, there are two types of calendars in the world. One is the solar calendar. We just celebrated the solar New Year's Day in January. Another type of calendar is called the lunar calendar. The solar calendar is based on the position of the sun throughout the year, and the lunar calendar is based on the ebb and flow of the moon. By the lunar calendar, there are leap years and regular years. There are 13 months in a leap year and only 12 months in a regular year. The lunar calendar is used in China concurrently with the solar calendar. Most of the Chinese traditional festivals are based on the lunar calendar. These holidays are celebrated according to the lunar calendar in China. What is interesting is that the lunar calendar is also used by the Jews and by the Persians and the Muslims. But those calendars are slightly different from what is used in China and some Asian countries like Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. In China, lunar calendar is called 农历, which means agricultural calendar, or 阴历, which means lunar calendar. The holiday celebrating the Lunar New Year is called 春节, meaning spring festival, or 农历新年, or the New Year's Day by agricultural calendar, or the New Year's Day by the lunar calendar. When I have to explain this festival to people who don't speak Chinese or who don't know much about the Chinese culture, I would refer it as the Chinese New Year or the Chinese Christmas, just so that they can understand how important and significant this festival is for Chinese people. And I know for a fact that a lot of Chinese and people also do the same as I do. So the question is it wrong to call it the Chinese New Year? Technically, no. The Chinese lunar calendar, the lunar calendar that is used in Asia, it was invented by the Chinese. And the lunar calendar was widely used in China. And then it was brought to other countries like Japan, Korea, and Vietnam, etc. However, politically, it is wrong to call it Chinese New Year. This is especially the case in the US. In a country with people from all over the world, like the US, diversity is emphasized. Since the festival is being celebrated by not only Chinese, but also Japanese, Vietnamese, and Koreans and other Asians. So the politically correct way is to say Lu. Is it wrong to call it the Chinese New Year? Politically, yes, it is wrong to call it just the Chinese New Year. It is politically correct to call it the Lunar New Year. It is an inclusive way to call it the Lunar New Year. So if you are posting a message on social media to celebrate this festival, the best way is to say Happy Lunar New Year. But if you are addressing specific persons or person, you can say Happy Chinese New Year to a Chinese person or Happy Spring Festival. But if you are addressing people from other countries, then you can use the specific names used in those countries. If you live in the United States, there is some good news. According to NPR, a representative named Grace Meng from New York is proposing to make the Lunar New Year's Day as a federal holiday. If this proposal is adopted and passed, then the Lunar New Year's Day will be the 12th federal holiday in the U.S. Last year, the Biden administration just passed the law to make the Juneteenth holiday as the 11th U.S. federal holiday. If this law is passed, then Asians in the U.S. can take the day off and celebrate it properly. Yay! Happy Lunar New Year! 小啦 YumongX 小雨们，小啦啦，小啦。